we are back out in the goldfields, as you can maybe see all the scrub there, and you might be able to hear we're near a road again, so it's quite often the way detecting near a road. But anyway, I had a 15 under here, my first signal for, actually I did dig at the bottle cap, so my second signal had a 15, and I sort of wasn't going to film it, but then there's a big bit of crockery come up here, so what can our 15 be? Don't know how old that is, but anyway, there's another bit here which joins on there somehow, so a bit of an old jug or something. In fact, there's another bit there. Might nearly have the whole thing in here. So anyway, our 15 is in this plug somewhere, so I'm going to see if we can find it. Sort of got a bit worse since I dug it, so somewhere in here. And what is that? I'm nearly going to guess it's going to be a button, and I reckon I could be right. So there we go, a button. Yeah, may just be a plain one. Can't see anything on that. So now just up somewhere there was where I got that button. I've sort of been poking in amongst all these bushes coming down the hill a bit, and we've got a lovely little signal. I've got my headphones on so I won't be able to hear it, but a lovely solid you know, 26, 27, 28. So is this going to be a penny or what? A bottle cap? Well, there is only one way to find out, and that is to put your shovel in and bring her up to light. I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a bit of rubbish, but it could be right there. So what is that? Oh no, she's not rubbish. She looks a bit like it, but on this side, look at that. That is a belt buckle. So probably a bit of a plainy sort of one, but we're not complaining. To find something like that out here, you've got to be pretty happy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clean it up and we'll have a better look at it. So if you're finding a belt buckle, your day is not too bad. So we're back in a tick, and there we go. So we've got that sort of patterny stuff there, and it's still pretty grotty, so I'll have to clean it up a bit better when I get home. And there is a bit more detail in there that you can't really see, little lines and stuff in the brasswork. So anyway, that's as clean as I'm going to sort of get it now, and I'll worry about getting all that muck off a bit better at home. But that is still a cool little find, so can't quite work out. It's got a bit of a funny sort of thing there, but I don't know, can't quite work out what it was like, but no doubt maybe that, I don't know. Anyway, some sort of buckle. I've just never seen that sort of thing on them before, but anyway. So I reckon that'll have to be quite old, so we're certainly going to see what else is around this area. You know, button, buckle. We've got to give this area a good go over and see what else is hiding. Now, I wasn't about to live dig this one because it's right in the hard, rocky gravel next to an ant nest, you know. Got enough going on without trying to film, so you know, a nice 23 sort of numbers. We've got that, which I don't know what that is, but it's a monstrous hunk of brassy, bronzy stuff, and don't know, it's made for something. It's got a couple of holes there. It looks like it's folded over. So I don't know what that was, but whatever it was, it was a monstrous hunk of brassy stuff. Now I'm just wandering through the scrub here looking for some signs of human habitation. There's a lot of cans out here being so close to the road, but there's a bit of a brick there, and I reckon that's another bit of a brick there, and a bit of an old bottle, bit of glass, and I had a 17 down here, and I have flicked it out, and it is right here, and I reckon that is a D-buckle, or part of a snake buckle. So she's probably reasonably fragile, so I'll turn you off and I'll give her a bit of a clean out and we'll see what she looks like. Then we're going to see if we can find the other bits to it, but I don't really think they'll be here. But anyway, well, I've done the best job I can sort of do there for now. I sort of lost my squirty bottle somewhere. Either I've left it at the car or I've dropped it out of my pouch somewhere. But anyway, that's what we've got. So quite an ornate little buckle. So that is rather cool. It's probably the most ornate snake buckle bit I've found, but the question is, can we find any other bits of that around here? It's just a little pressed brass one, but you know, it's sort of reasonably hefty, not totally thin like some of them, but anyway, so I'll clean it up a bit better when I get home and get some photos, but that is rather cool. So I'm keen to get going and see if we can find any other bits of that or anything else for that matter. So we'll keep going. Now we've got an 18 here, and just there is where I got the buckle, so it's only one bar down. We'll see what it is. I did dig a little piece of a can over there, so it could be just another bit of a can or something. So one bar down, we should have got it. Whatever it is. It's a bit of rusty stuff there, which I don't really like. What is that? Or is that a piece of rock? Anyway, we'll get our pinpointer out and we'll see if we can find it. Might be in here. And I reckon that'll be it. It's a button. So there is something written on that. So I'll give that a clean and I'll see what's written on it. Well, so I'm having a bit of trouble seeing what's written on that, but I'll clean up a bit better when we get home and see. But I can see axe down there, A-X-E. So whether that's part of a word or something, I don't know. There's something written there, C-Ray, C-Raw, something. And something written around there. But it's all a bit vague, so I'll have to give it a bit better clean at home and see if we can make that out. So anyway, it certainly looks different to anything I've found before, but don't really know. Now, quite a mammoth hole here, but I was digging a faint sort of jittery 20 sort of numbers, and it was sort of good, and then it lost it. That was good. Finally, and there's a bit of glass and stuff coming up too. Finally, we got that, and that is a mammoth jolly old bullet. Look at the size of that. Gee whiz, you wouldn't want that hitting you. Don't know what caliber that would be, but gee whiz, that is mammoth. Heavy chunk of lead. So I won't clean it up now. I'll clean it up when I get home, and I'll put it next to something for a bit of size comparison. But that is a monstrous hunk of lead. Now, just in there's where I got the bullet, that big old bullet, and over, I don't even know where it was now, over there somewhere was where I got that buckle originally. And I'm still looking around this area. Had a 17 sort of in under these bushes and under all the roots and stuff, and there's bits of glass coming up, and you know, you start getting excited. Then you see that. What is that? Looks like some sort of little belt buckle. So, haven't got me squirty, but we're going to give that a clean up and see what she looks like. So, we're back in tick, but that is a little tiny buckle by the looks, or half of one. And there we go, quite a nice little buckle. Still got a bit of the old gold gilding on there. Don't know how much you can see there, but still got a bit of goldy colour to it. And on that side, I've got the loop and the little loop thing there. And there should be another one of those with a hook that hooks through that, which would have been a loop, but it's broken. So there'll be another one of those somewhere in this world. Don't know if I'll find it, but I have found a similar sort of buckle before, and I did find both of them, but I don't know if I'll be so lucky. But anyway, it's quite a nice little buckle, so sort of a tartan and sort of crisscrossy thingy. Well, we've got something here, but it's a bit sort of all over the place, so we'll see what it is. Can't even get it that way now, but it was before. Anyway, I'll give it a dig, but I'm sort of a bit worried it's going to be a bit of junk actually. It's just pretty much all over the place, but you never know. So I reckon you can see it. A jolly old bit of wiry stuff. So that'll definitely be our signal. Now, are we going to be a bit more lucky this time? We have got a beautiful solid 22. 22 all the way, one bar down. Can we be lucky, or is it going to be a little bit of rubbish? Surely it's got to be something good, being such a nice signal. Ooh, I see something there. What is that? What is that? Is that another belt buckle, or is that something else? I don't think it's a coin. Well, there's only one way to find out. What is that? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is that? That is a jolly old handle of something. What a funny thing to find. Jolly solid brass though. So I'll just try and tap some dirt off it a bit. And anyway, that is rather a cool find, so I'll try and get the sunlight on it a bit better. Certainly a lot bigger than what I was expecting to come up, but that is rather an ornate little handle. Now, it is solid brass, or solid whatever. I reckon I can see a bit of rust on the back, so maybe it was bolted to something metal, like a bathtub or something. And it's got these little stopper things, so when you hold the handle up, it doesn't keep going up and squash your fingers. there is a tiny bit of movement in that, so I'm about to get it working again. That is a rather cool find, and not something you'd find every day. So I reckon I'll wait till I get home and I'll clean it up and see what she looks like, but that is rather cool. Now, I have been digging quite a few little buttons off cam, you know, they're around 5s and 8s and, you know, all those sort of low numbers, so haven't really bothered filming them. Anyway, had a 14 down here, and we have found that, which is some sort of little buckle thing. Got the tongue there and the loop, and that's about all. So, anyway, it's an interesting little one. Thought it was a bit of chain at first, but it's definitely a buckle. Now, I just dug a little plain button under the shovel there. It was about an 8, I think. Then I had a 11, sort of 11-y, 12-y number here, and I've got that, which looks like part of a buckle. I reckon. So I don't think we'll even bother cleaning up now, because it's, you know, only a little piece of it, so it's got some patterns left there. But anyway, so I'll check this hole again, make sure there's no more of it there. But anyway, I reckon that's another bit of a buckle, so I'm certainly finding a few buckle-y bits around here. Well, I'll try a live dig. That's where I got the little buckle thing, and I was checking around and I have a 17 right next to it here, so what do we get out of here? I thought I saw something, and I did. Look at that. I actually thought it was a tarpon I saw fall back in, but that is actually a snake. So we've got a snake for our buckle, and she's got 2 heads by the looks, so I reckon that deserves a clean up. Certainly deserves a clean up, so we'll clean that one up and we'll not even put it with the little buckle we found. And you don't sort of do this every day, but we have got another bit of the buckle. Now, I don't even know if it's off the same buckle, but you know, I reckon she looks pretty good together, so she may even be off the same buckle. We'll probably never know, but anyway, that is a beautiful little snake. And I'll clean up a bit better when we get home, but you know, there's just beautiful detail on that. Little lines and everything, so that is a glorious find. Well, both are. And to find the snake for a buckle is always so satisfying. So we just need to find the other side now. Wouldn't that be great? I'm sort of a bit doubtful it's going to happen, but it would be glorious if we did. So I reckon that is cool as eggs. Well, this one certainly merits a live dig. That one there. 29, 30, 28. So I've got my eye on the spot. We'll go wide and see if we can get a shovel in here. Sort of a bit tough. There we go. So we should have got it all right. What on earth are we going to find now? I've certainly found a nice little spot here. I saw something drop back into the hole. Can't get the plug out. There we go. Now, there is a nice little flat spot there. You can see that. Sort of in bad light here. Anyway, there's a nice little flat spot there, and I did see something rather round looking drop back down in this hole. So where did it go? There it is. What is that? I reckon we may have just cracked the coin for the day. Look at that. And even better, I think it's a token. Sorry, I'm way off filming here. I'm too busy looking at it with glee. Look at that. Something Grocers, Melbourne. So that is a halfpenny token, I do believe. And we're gonna have to give that a clean. So we will be back. Now this is a very interesting one, and I'm gonna have to ask Andrew, the coffee bush kid, if he's ever seen one of these. I've never seen one on YouTube, but not that I've watched every video on earth. But anyway, T.W. Thomas and Company, Melbourne, Grocers, and it's got the old dotted line around the edge there. And on this side we have, in commemoration of the landing of Sir Charles Hotham, 22nd of June 1854. So that is rather cool. In fact, it's very cool. Never seen that one before. So it really has to be a token, but it's also a commemorative thing, which is rather unusual. In commemoration of the landing of Sir Charles Hotham. So, certainly got a bit of research to do about that one, but that is absolutely amazing. I'm absolutely through the moon with that one. And it is in rather nice condition, so absolutely brilliant. Now, just there's where I got that token, that beautiful token, and I had a 15, bit of a scratchy 15 here. Don't even know what it is yet, but I did find that in the dirt there, which is a piece of a clay pipe. And I've got one piece of pipe at home, but that is my second bit. So it's got something written there, Dinberg or something. So possibly something written on that side as well. Something white. Just dropped it. Don't want to lose it. What is that? Something so white. So that is rather cool. Seen people find those, and I've found one little piece, but it didn't have anything on it. That one's got writing on it, so it is cool. So I'll have a bit of a poke around and see if I can find any more bits of that in this hole here, but we better see. Just pop that in the bag. And better see what this 15 is. Somewhere in here, I think. Sure, I had it out here. Might be just a button. Whatever that is. Well, looks like a little lump of melted metal or something. Anyway, bit of rubbish. So now maybe our last find, we're sort of really running out of time, so I'm going to have to start heading back, but just pushed aside the leaf litter to find a signal, and we've got that, which is a lock plate off something, so cupboard or something. Anyway, it's just under the leaves there, so anyway, pop that in our pouch and we've really got to get going. Well, I've come back up to where I found the token over there, and I've been down and I'm coming back up, and I had an 18 down here, and we have got that, which is a Chinese coin, which is cool. So give it a bit of a rub-a-dub and see if we can see. Yeah, trying to see if I know which one it is, but oh yes, I think I do know. It's a pretty common sort of one. I think it's 1735 to 1790 something. pretty sure, that one. Anyway, I'll double check it when I get home, but jolly cool. Well, there's where I got the Chinese coin, just there. And had a 23 here, but it was really skittery and couldn't really get a good go at it, but a bit of crockery of some sort come up there, and then something else has come up. So some sort of coin, don't know what it is. So I actually think it's got a hole in the top there, so maybe it's a token or I don't know. So I'll give that a really quick brush and we'll have a look, but I really don't have the time. But anyway, I'm really struggling to see anything on that, so whether it is even a coin or not, I don't quite know, but I don't know. So anyway, we'll have to clean it up when we get home and have a better look. But anyway, it's been burnt, I reckon, because there's a lot of black charcoal stuff in here. But anyway, so we'll give it a clean when we get home. Well, I'm going to do a live little wrap-up this time for something different, and this is all our little finds, well, most of them, all sort of rubbishy sort of items over here. It's a little cap off a bottle, pressure cap thing, and, you know, bits of copper and lead melted, bits of crockery, you know, buckle, bit of brass doodaddio, don't know what it's off, you know, I think that's off a horn, that one, or a distributor, bits of wire, pull tabs and all that sort of stuff, and I think this was our first find, the buckle, and it's cleaned up alright. That's probably as far as I'm going to clean it. Is a little bit sort of buckled and bent, but other than that, it's a pretty nice find. So it's got all the catches and things on that side, and it's a little bit plain, but you know, there is quite a nice, you know, little pattern in the middle there. Beautiful brass work there, so quite ornate and a lot of work in that. So anyway, not sure what order of these I've found them, but I think this was one of my last sort of finds. A little lock plate off a drawer or cupboard or something. Anyway, it's a nice little brass thing. It's our D buckle and our snake. Beautiful little snake. You can see all the scales and everything on it, and yeah, we'll never know if they went together, but they certainly look nice together. Chinese coin, 1735 to 1795, I think. I'll put it on the screen anyway. But you know, they're always a cool find. So, little oval buckle, still got a bit of gold gilding, and the catches on that side. And perhaps one of the stars of the afternoon is our halfpenny token, in commemoration of the landing of Sir Charles Hotham. Now, he was the governor of Victoria from 1854 to 1855, so, you know, he only lasted 1 year, but anyway. And T.W. Thomas, Grocers, Melbourne. So, anyway, that's a really cool little token and in pretty nice nick. A little piece of our pipe we found, Thomas White and Company, and they were of Edinburgh in UK. 1823 to 1879, I think I looked up, so that's sort of the dates they were operating. Anyway, little piece of buckle we found. It's, you know, only a little piece, but can still see the gold gilding on it, so little light buckle. and the other little one, and that is our ammunition, well, our shop we found. And for a bit of size comparison, got this little threepence here, and it is actually a pretty similar diameter to a threepence, so gives you a bit of an idea. So quite a nice chunk of lead. Anyway, got a nice array of buttons. Most of them are pretty plain, 4 holes, and a couple of the ones with the bar through them instead of holes, 2-hole ones sort of thing. And anyway, and this one you can see is a bit more cleaned up. This is the one with the writing on it, and that says, which way up are we? G roll, RAWLL, roll, and 56 St Mary's Axe. Now, St Mary's Axe was a medieval village which is now part of London, so I couldn't find anything about G roll, but anyway, I'd nearly say it's 1870s, 1880s, 1890s, somewhere around that era, but anyway. And I think the last thing I found, no, there's nothing on the back, but anyway, I think the last thing I found was this, disc with the hole in it. Now, I do believe it's a token or a halfpenny, because it's pretty much the size, and there's nothing I can see on there. There's little bumps and lumps. You sort of imagine you see all sorts of things sometimes, but nothing definite. You could nearly swear you see a head on there sometimes, but anyway, I don't think we're going to get much off that, so I'd nearly say it's a halfpenny token, but I won't bet my life on it. Anyway, bit of a mystery item. Anyway, that's our little wrap up, so thanks for watching, and I have revisited the site again, and I will do another video. It was just going to be too long to put it on the end of this one, so we will have a part 2 when I went back. Anyway, and I forgot one item, the handle we found. She's a nice little handle, and got her all working, and that, still not 100% sure what she was off, but I don't know. But anyway, we will try and find out. But on that side we've got these brass knob things, square knobs, and there was a heap of rust around them, and I reckon there's been a pin through them. They got a hole in them, so something to hold them onto something, but they've also got the screw holes, so not really sure whether that was to hold the actual handle onto the brass plate. Maybe that pulls off, so anyway, maybe it comes apart there. So anyway, that'll probably sit in our collection. I don't know what we're going to do with it, whether one day I'll find a use for it, but anyway, it's a nice little handle, so jolly brilliant. Anyway, I'll see you on part 2.